Hey guys, it's us here, Mark Hermaman, with our 34th Madman podcast. Your home for all the latest and hottest gaming and nerd culture news for the week and beyond. I'm Madman, and I'm going to be discussing the many topics of today's show with our panel, C Money and Doodle.
Hi.
Hello, hello.
How are you guys doing?
We are here.
What was that, man?
The asshole shit right there. That's what it was.
Seriously.
Oh my God.
Judgment
have we got
upon
some-
us, huh?
Seriously.
What, huh? Pardon?
All right. So we're back. It's another week.
Have we got
Yes.
some topics for you guys? You
Another
guys will
Madman
laugh,
podcast?
cry. It's a roller coaster of emotions.
Don't think any of these things gonna happen.
Oh, just you wait. Just you wait.
All right. I guess Madman has a show
super
planned
confident
now
on what the plan is gonna be.
we
for
don't
the
know
show.
about.
All right, that's cool. That's cool.
So I'm excited.
I'm very excited to hear how this comes out.
Yes.
No, we're everything's really cool. We're excited. We had a good week. We put up a good amount of stuff. You know, we've really taken to these AMVs or like these kind of music video mashups.
Yes.
You know, you guys are super talented. Doodle and Madman are out here
Thank you.
putting a bunch of these together. Very good. I'm very impressed. I really do like them, and people seem to be watching them.
Yep. And our
And
biggest
liking
one,
them.
our biggest AMV is a Notebook, the greatest anime of all time.
It's definitely not an AMV. Definitely
Exactly.
a music video. The Notebook, Doodle made it.
Thank you.
So
I
our little
always love
doodle
you
over
by
there
Whitney Houston,
drawing
and
all the
it is-
craziness from her mind.
It's so good.
I love The Notebook.
It's so
what
good.
a freaking movie.
It's a good movie, all right.
There's
a
a
good
lot
It's
of-
like
Like
in its own spot.
in its own league, for sure.
The Notebook.
For sure. But I also love what you did with like Spider-Man.
That's
that
the
was
one thing.
amazing.
No other
Thank you.
film is in the league of No Way Home. Except maybe Into the Spider-Verse, but still.
Except he took it back.
That's
he took it back.
Except maybe Into the
You were-
Spider-Verse. That's
he was really
also an
wrong.
excellent movie.
But I can tell you right now, if you guys been listening to this podcast for a while, you know I'm not the biggest Spider-Man
Geek, fan,
fan.
creep.
But this trailer or this music video that Doodle put together, holy fuck, is it good? So good. Batman
It's very
2,
quality.
killing it out here.
Batman be smacking them boys, you know?
Yeah,
It's
it's
getting
a lot of
crazy.
good stuff. A lot of good stuff. So we're definitely we're definitely chipping away over here on our road to 1,000. You know, having a good time doing it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and enjoying. And obviously you got Purple Berry. I don't even know where she's at anymore. Where's she at? Like
I know.
1.3?
She's left us behind.
Yeah. I feel like Left Behind. Isn't it? That's
Left
the
behind.
DLC.
Yeah.
That's the
There we go.
the
We're
Last
going,
of Us DLC
we're
we just
going
did.
through the
Left
real
Behind.
version of
yeah,
Left
yeah,
Behind.
we got Left Behind for sure. For sure.
Now, Madman went in with one of his favorite shows, which is coming to an end, Attack on Titans.
Yes, he
yeah,
did.
that was
Attack
my
on
first
Titan,
AMV
yeah.
that was made by just me alone. It's a good one. It's quality, that's for sure.
Yeah.
We're going to get into that a little bit in the podcast because, you know, it's been a roller coaster of emotions for anyone who's seen the show. Holy fuck, that last episode. So, yeah. What else do you guys have to say?
We got Madman.
Anything else? Huh? Yeah.
Let's get started.
Let's go,
Want to
man.
get started? All
You're
right.
feeling good. I'm feeling good. Let's feel good together.
Let's do it.
All right, so number one on the docket. Reportedly, the European Trade Commission may clear the deal following Nintendo and NVIDIA's license deals. So Microsoft has been playing buddy-buddy with everyone, signing 10-year contracts with both Nintendo and NVIDIA. The European Trade Commission has taken notice. They've been real sticklers when it came to this deal, but I think they're finally starting to let their guard down and realize that Microsoft might not be a piece of shit after all. So what do you guys think?
Well,
That sums it up.
that was, yeah.
That sums it up real good.
Well
real good.
put, Madman.
No, I think this was anticipated. Obviously, last podcast we talked about how Microsoft is trying to put the final nail in the coffin for Sony and went ahead and signed a deal with Nintendo and NVIDIA to have Xbox
that was crazy.
games.
By the way, Madman made it sound like this was like Microsoft is out there in like a van handing out candy.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, so they did those deals for this reason, and it looks like the EU is going to bite and is going to think that that's enough for the most part, which honestly it is. If you're not on Sony's, like, you know what I'm saying? If you're not just like sucking at the teat of Sony, it's pretty easy to see that they're the only people who have a problem with this.
And Google.
Yeah, but they're irrelevant because they don't have any skin in the game. The only thing that they have is mobile, but they're a store. And yeah, the government wants there to be competition against Google and Apple in the mobile space. So their opinion on this is irrelevant. Sony
has nothing to do with them.
Yeah, it doesn't. And then Sony was the only one who's really kind of, sitting there and like bitching about this, like pretty nonstop. And now it's like the excuse that they were trying to put on Microsoft, saying that they're not, if they have it, they could limit who's going to get the Call of Duty. And if we lose Call of Duty, we're not going to live as a company anymore. We'll
Like,
be
they had,
dead.
like,
We
this
can't
whole
make any
soap opera plan.
We can't make any first party games because Call of Duty pays for our games. And it's like, dude, what the fuck? Like, what are you
That
guys
is
even
pathetic.
talking about
Imagine being a
anymore?
subsidiary of Sony, bro. Like that. It's a disgusting feeling. Holy cow.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And one of the big things that took place is, and we didn't put this in as a topic, but just as a side note of it, PlayStation has been subpoenaed. And
Yes.
the judge granted, I believe it's the FTC, the judge granted Xbox their motion to have Sony provide all their third-party exclusive agreements from 2019 to now. Now, Microsoft wanted it from 2012, but the judge was like,
Oh, that's far
that's
back.
excessive. Like, that's unnecessary.
Well, listen, you know what else is unnecessary? The kicking and screaming that's been taking place.
That's also
from
true.
PlayStation.
Those are facts right there.
By the way, before you move the screen out, Phil Spencer right there, rocking my kicks. Just
Yo,
saying.
he is rocking.
rocking my kicks.
He really is.
What are those?
sad.
My Xbox sneakers?
This Xbox, yeah.
Yeah, I got them too.
Yeah,
Our
I know.
kicks.
Our kicks. All right.
Yeah, I'm saying we both got them.
Just saying.
No,
I think he's rocking your jacket, too.
I think he's rocking my bomber jacket.
Yeah.
Phil, come on, man.
What's up, bro?
I want
Classic
that Halo
Phil.
Infinite shirt, though.
It's
All
just, you have it, just not in blue.
Yes, agreed.
But it looks good in blue.
It does look
I
good.
never
Bro.
put like Halo in, a blue. I always think of like green, the
Well,
hunter
green is
green.
for the Xbox, yeah, and Master Chief.
The hunter green
Blue
and
is
the black.
Spartan Lock now,
Yeah.
but I think we forgot about him. It doesn't really exist to us
relatively
anymore.
quickly.
Spartan Lock. No one
Yeah,
gives
for real. So,
So I would say that it's really easy to think that because of everything that's been happening, that's the reason why Microsoft, Xbox is running around making all these deals, right?
mhm.
But let's not forget how long these deals take. So I don't think that they're making these deals with Nintendo because of what's happening with PlayStation and Activision, right? I think that this was already in the works before this even came up. And these things take time, and that's why they're popping up now once everything is done. So, it's easy to let your mind go there,
Absolutely.
Like they're just
Absolutely.
doing this to kiss ass or patch up and have everybody on their side. But
Yeah, but I mean, it's not. It's what they wanted from the beginning. They said it from the very beginning. They are not doing this deal to limit Call of Duty. They want to blow that shit up.
yeah,
Like, it's already the biggest game out there. Imagine now going to the Switch, having more integration in the PC world, going deeper into mobile, and Call of Duty is going to be everywhere.
yes, 100%.
I'll probably get a Call of Duty lunchbox. You know what I'm saying? Might as well. It's the time to do it.
I mean, wouldn't that be silly,
Yeah, but I mean, look, that's just the reality. I mean, listen, we knew from the beginning that this deal was going to go through one way or another.
Yeah, it
And
was bound to
Microsoft is
happen.
going to do what it has to do. The moves that it's making are smart. perfectly timed,
Mhm.
right? They didn't shoot their load early. They let it be. They waited for the most impact, which was right now. And that's what's happening. Now, remember, pretty much everywhere else in the world is going to approve this, right? The only places we were concerned about, or the only markets that really mattered to Xbox in the long run, are obviously the United States with the FTC, the EU, right? All of Europe, right? There's a pretty big space. And then you got UK and the CMA, right? So the CMA are the only ones that seem like they're hell bent on trying to figure out a way to
Make it stop.
to make it work for Sony the best way possible.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, dude, like Xbox literally did a report and told them that they have like 20% of the market versus 80% that Sony has. So like, worst case scenario, the UK wants to be bitches and make this a problem. I say you just delete those motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, UK, we out. We'll be in the USA. We'll be in all of Europe. And you guys are going to have to explain to your people why they don't have Call of Duty anymore.
Yeah. Listen, I think that it was just time. Xbox obviously know they have a good lawyer. They're now taking demanding paperwork from PlayStation. So you know that you're being cornered when you're being asked to show your receipts.
Yep.
And they're just chopping it down. This is just the first stop.
Absolutely.
And I think that they should just kind of avoid the situation, take a look at what's going down. Once one like kind of surrenders and, you know, look at why they did and just skip those steps, you know?
Agreed.
Yeah, like
I
why
cannot
go
agree
through the
more.
same freaking mess? But it seems like they're ready to go, ready to rock. Just last week we were talking about how it was just everything was being denied and all this other stuff. And look, it's a new week, a new Phil.
New Phil. Phil's out here with his sneakers.
For
Yeah.
every
He's ready to
schmill,
go.
there's a Phil.
Yeah, he was he's pretty confident that this was gonna go through. And it looks that way. It looks like it's gonna go our way and we'll get what we need. It's just CMA is gonna be the only ones that are gonna be kind of like a pain in the ass about it. But it just doesn't make any sense. And once the EU officially does is like April 25th, once they officially say, all right, we approve it, you're good to go. Like, how stupid do you look?
If you keep going with
If
the
you
crap.
keep saying,
Yeah.
oh, no, we're not going to approve it. It's like, dude, come on, man.
Listen, it's bound to happen. They're going to just keep on going. And the biggest thing to think about is like, what next? You know, like once this all settles down, what will be the biggest consequence from this mess? Because there are going to be consequences for PlayStation.
Yeah.
There are going to be consequences. And I don't think it's just from like Activision and Xbox. Everybody's watching.
Yeah.
You know, all these companies that they make deals with, and they saw this whole thing play out and how it went down and how they handled it and how they behaved. And I think it says a lot, and that can have a lot of big consequences for PlayStation and their future.
That, and you got to remember, like, once all this information is out there, like this information, just like when Epic and Apple were doing the lawsuit,
Mm-hmm.
a whole bunch of shit came out that we didn't know was happening. Like when we found out that PlayStation was charging companies to do cross-play and all this shit, right? So, like, you got to remember, when these deals come out, it's going to do two things. One, it's going to show how sneaky Sony is with their deals, forcing these certain things to take place to keep games off of Game Pass and all this other shit. But on the flip side, it's also going to show us the companies who took those deals.
Yes.
Right? Because nobody put a gun to their head and said you had to
Have
take
to
this
take
deal.
them, yeah.
Right? They took it willingly, right? So that also exposes what deals these companies are willing to do. Like Microsoft knows, like, yo, this is all I had to do.
Yeah.
Like all I had to do was give you this much or be a little more than that, right? Like it's going to change a lot.
Well,
And it's going to show other companies what Sony values them versus other companies.
Oh, that too.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, see, this is really messy. Now, like, when you start asking for receipts, this is out for everyone to see, right? And that's something that they should have tried to avoid. Like,
they didn't think it was going to go this way.
I don't think
they didn't think so. They thought they were going to sweep up Microsoft and call it a day.
I think that they thought throwing a tantrum was going to cut it off. And then when it didn't, it was kind of too late to backpedal and like take it back. So they were in too deep. They kept fighting it. And then once they saw how messy it was getting, there was no other choice but to continue to move forward, you know?
Agreed.
But it's interesting. We're going to see a lot, and we're going to see a lot of consequences, you know. And also, Microsoft will be able to see where their names were and what the conditions were to not do business with them, you know? That's going to create a lot of bitterness.
Not do business with them, or do business with them under much more favorable terms. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine if Microsoft finds out that they're paying so much more than Sony's paying for something for exclusivity. You know what I'm saying? Or some bullshit like that. Or they find out that they're getting less.
Or they find out that, listen, you can, the deal is that you can make them for Xbox just not look as good or crisp as they do on PlayStation.
That's the one that we're going to find.
That's the big one to go look around for, because this has been said quite a few times, right? We do know how strong the Xbox is, and, you know, how good it can look. And sometimes there's those gameplays where it shows you side to side and you see those big differences. So what happened? You know?
Dude, it's super true. It's super true. There literally been multiple games, a lot of games actually, that the PlayStation version runs better than the Xbox version. It's like, how? It's impossible. Like, numbers don't lie. Facts are facts. The Xbox is more powerful. 100%. Like, it's not even close, right? So what's happening? Well, what's happening is
there are a lot of deals.
Something is happening in the back end that's making them say, we're going to give you this money, you got to make it for the PlayStation first, optimize it for the PlayStation, and then you can port it to the other place, and whatever that comes out, that comes out.
Obviously, they knew that asking for records all the way back from 2012 was to land somewhere where, like, they kind of wanted to be. Now, had they just said yes, PlayStation would have been in a really, really, really bad situation. You know, because there's stuff coming out, but not as much as it could have. Yeah,
I agree. You would think, and the whole problem with this is that they have to do it. Like, they have to give it, because if they don't, then they have to retract their arguments.
Exactly.
Like, they basically have to say, you know what? Nah, we're good.
You know what? At this point, like, the way things are looking, like, is it worth just putting all your dirty laundry out there? Like, this is crazy. Like, how much? But
you know what the problem is that they would have to, like, the judge will have to say, okay, so if you're not willing to give it, then anything you said cannot be used. So they would have to go to the European, like, whoever the place is, and be like, hey, you can't use any of this information. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to fucking delete that shit from your head because it's not valid information. You can't use that when deciding on this deal.
Which will essentially just give them Activision, which is what they're after.
Yeah,
without a problem.
With no problems whatsoever.
So, but listen, this is the thing where you have to know when to fold, right?
Agreed.
I just don't think that it's worth. I see them ending up. I see Microsoft, Xbox getting their way with what they want, you know, and they're not stopping. They said that this was gonna happen one way or another. So when you're seeing how deep in they're going, I just don't think it's worth just bringing out your receipts, man. That's just crazy.
It is crazy.
Like, keep that to yourself. You need to know when to fold and move on. And with that, what's our next topic?
So it rolls right into this interview that Phil Spencer had with Xbox on. So they did an interview. It was really loose, like, not a hard interview. I mean, it's an Xbox interview. Like, she works for
Yeah.
Xbox On, which is associated with Xbox in some way. So they had a nice interview, actually. It was pretty good, and they talked about a lot of different things. But just
those are the best interviews, though, when you're kind of more relaxed and just talking unguarded. You know,
it was pretty chill. It was pretty insightful. I mean, one of the big things that we found out was that he was finally going to see the new Hellblade game. He was going to go visit Ninja Theory because remember, lockdown. This has all been virtual. They haven't gone to the studios yet. So this is actually the first time he's going to go to the studio and see them and see the game and do all that stuff. So that's pretty dope. And the same thing with Fable. So a lot of the big games that we're waiting to hear about, he's going to go see, what does that tell us? That tells us in June, come E3, we're going to see them. Right? That's what I feel when I...
Well, it should be in like the wrap up of it all, right? And he's going to go and see what needs changing. And then we'll be able to enjoy, and see it ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, these games been in production for years and years and years. So, at the end of the day, it looks like
they're wrapping things up.
We're finally going to start seeing some of these games we've been waiting for, which is really cool. And he did also mention that, like how GoldenEye dropped on Game Pass, kind of out of nowhere. Hi-Fi Rush dropped out of nowhere. He said that between now and June, there's actually more of those type of situations happening.
I don't think he had to say that for us to know that this is just kind of like the route they're taking, and it's really exciting. It's a cool way to like surprise you with something new. Or not, just
I think it's cool when they do that kind of thing. Cause
right?
I feel like those games wouldn't be like hype train if like for like 6 months at a time or something like that. But dropping them unexpectedly can make more people check it out than you think. So
yeah, I agree.
You're going under the radar.
Well, yeah, because you got that sense of surprise and excitement where everybody's looking to, jump on the game and try it out. It worked great for Hi-Fi Rush, GoldenEye too. They had great launches, so I think it's a great idea. And I'm excited. So it looks like what they're saying is that another month, we're just going to be like, oh, by the way, boom, we're dropping this game in a Game Pass this month. It's like, oh shit, that's dope.
See, and that shows how well it did, right? Because I was probably like, let's test this out and see how it goes,
Absolutely.
So,
and it
the
did
fact
work.
that he's like literally confirming that this is taking place again just shows how well they did with their first round.
Absolutely.
But it's like getting that special gift, like you don't even know it's coming, and
yeah,
you
it's
feel
surprise.
Yeah, it feels so good. It's like, oh,
absolutely,
very nice.
So we're getting closer now to some of their bigger releases. Next month we got Minecraft Legends coming out in April, which is it's big for the company. It's not like it'll be huge because it's Minecraft, but not necessarily like, oh my god, I'm so excited. I'll try it out.
No, but it's Minecraft. You don't like the fan base for Minecraft is ridiculous.
Gigantic. Yeah. And that's a multiplayer game. It's coming out on different consoles, so it's not exclusive to Xbox or anything like that. So that's going to be huge. And then in May, it's coming up. It's closer than we think. Redfall, the new game from Arcane. That's going to be huge.
The second biggest Xbox game coming out soon. So
that's like for the first half of the year. Yeah, that's going to be the big one outside of Starfield, and it's actually getting ready to go because on Twitter, there's been a few of like the people we follow, like Colt Eastwood and stuff like that. They've gotten invitations. They're going to go tomorrow, Monday and Tuesday, I think, to go play Redfall.
Oh, that's cool.
So there's going to be a lot of coverage, building up to it, which is dope. So that's really cool. I don't know if they're going to release like a new trailer or something soon. That would be dope. But so the games are coming. Excited about it. Then obviously Activision Blizzard King, that whole Theo coming around. In the interview, they kind of called Spencer out, like saying like, hey, people are saying that, how can they trust that you're going to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation or anything like that? Because
are they
you
still
said
going with this?
He
how
said,
are these questions still popping up? It's crazy.
And they were like, well, you said that Starfield was going to be multi-platform, before it released. And then once you guys bought Bethesda, you went ahead and said it's exclusive to Xbox. And he was like, in an interview, it was like, like she phrased it like he did say that. And then he was like, well, I don't ever remember saying that Starfield was going to be multi-platform. I said we're not going to take games away from places that they already are, which they have not done. But
this was an in-house interview, right? You mentioned
kind of, yeah.
Okay,
when they
so I
announced the
think
game,
it's a
Bethesda
setup.
I
never
think it's a setup. They're just the things that normally people harass about. It's kind of like, let's do it on our own terms. Let's clear the
it's
air.
our way of saying it without having to confront anybody.
Yeah, Bethesda, when they announced the game, they never said it's coming to Xbox and PlayStation. They just said it's coming to next-gen consoles.
Yeah.
They did. And that was before, obviously, they got bought. But that Microsoft never said it was going to next-gen consoles. That was Bethesda
they always
beforehand.
find a way to like twist anything that's said.
Yeah,
That's got to be a
Bethesda.
crazy world to be like a part of when anything you say gets taken out of context.
Yeah, it's
and
crazy.
never in a positive way. Like you never hear something and they're like, oh, they just add on positive shit to whatever came out of your mouth. They just find a way to twist it in a negative way. That's crazy.
Isn't it crazy?
Humanity. Where is it going? We're really going to shit here.
Well, it's the social network world. That's the problem. That's where all the
bad apples,
bad apples and the shit talkers and the nonsense.
Naughty
speakers.
Well, it's for attention, right?
Yeah.
To get to get attention.
Absolutely, that's the truth. So obviously, they talked about making Call of Duty exclusive, and like it was never part of the plan. He made it pretty clear, like when we were saying, hey, should we buy them? Never was it discussed like, hey, we should make Call of Duty exclusive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's about what opportunity do we have to go ahead and make them blow up, right? How to make Call of Duty even bigger, right? So, for
which is what they did with Minecraft. So it's not that out of like Minecraft was freaking huge, right? So they went ahead and took that jump, and it's like, how much bigger can it get? And they found a way to make it even better, right?
So they said it here that in this interview, he said that when they bought Minecraft, there was like 26 million active users every month. And right now it's about 130 million active users.
That's insane. So you look at a game like that you're like, this is doing so great. How else can they possibly improve it? Why are they buying this? This is like maxed out, right?
Because they can push it further than anybody else could.
They know what to do with it. So based on that alone, you can see how they got to Call of Duty being such a big game. How can we make it even bigger? You know, they did it with Minecraft.
Absolutely. The proof's in the pudding. They have done it. And they've taken big, huge properties that like blow your mind how big they are, and they made them bigger. So this is just going to be part of what they do, and they will do it.
And
it's going to be huge
these
for them.
things would not have been bought unless they were available to be bought, right?
Exactly. They didn't put a gun to Activision's head and say, hey, listen, you're
coming with us. You want to bust now?
We own you.
You are a child now. Come on to our home.
Let's go.
Seriously,
let's ride.
But yeah, they basically reiterated all the same things. Like they're looking to get into mobile. That's huge. Mobile is the biggest gaming platform right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're not gamers the way we would classify gamers, right? They're not sitting with a controller in front of their big TV, but they play so many games.
Just on the App Store.
It's ridiculous. That's like people who try to ignore mobile gaming is like people trying to ignore YouTube as TV.
Yes, 100%.
You know what I'm saying? Like YouTube is TV now.
Mm-hmm.
That's 100% a TV channel.
Of
it's
course.
YouTube, and you have millions of channels.
Available. Everything
And anything that you want is on YouTube. You would never ever say YouTube's not really like a entertainment platform.
I mean, it is. Other than the fact that you can't qualify for the Emmy Awards, yeah, it is kind of television.
And don't forget, TV. Guys, where else can you find American Madman?
Exactly. The highest quality
of entertainment.
Highest quality bar set.
Take that, Mr.
Entertainment world. Shit. Oh, God. But yes, right? So that's what they're in this for. Now, obviously, they want They want Call of Duty. That is what's going to allow them to do everything else that they want.
Of course, because if it was someone else's and they were just supplying the game, then they have no say in the changes that can potentially take them to the next level and the next level after that. This is all planned out and thought out. You don't just drop $69 billion freaking dollars without a plan, without a very freaking strict plan with one heck of a foundation.
And honestly, the plan is simple. Take what's great, make it greater, fix the company, right? Activision, remember, was in a shithole.
It was.
So fix them, right? Not the studios. Like, yeah, you want to get into studios, make sure none of that crazy shit is happening, but you just give them the freedom to do what they have to do. Nobody's worrying about money, right? Microsoft's not worrying about money. So go and be huge. Do what you want. Be creative. Make it happen. And that's exactly what they're going to do. And now this is the thing that PlayStation is trying to defend for themselves, is that Phil said it right here in this interview. All that exclusive shit that PlayStation gets from Call of Duty is going to be done. But they're also not going to do it on Xbox. There's not going to be any exclusive shit. It's just going to be Call of Duty, the same game, everywhere.
But isn't that just fair? Like, if I go ahead and I prefer Xbox over PlayStation, I prefer PlayStation over Xbox, like, shouldn't I just be able to just play whatever the heck I want without restrictions? Like, aren't these consoles, like, expensive enough that I should be able to buy one and be freaking happy with it? And like, every game should be somewhat available to me. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah. I mean, outside of first party, that's pretty much what is there. It's when they take these third party games and they try to make exclusive things for it. That's where it's like, it's stupid because you're just separating people, right?
You're charging the same amount of money.
Yeah, like the game is everywhere, but if I play on PlayStation, I get an exclusive mode or exclusive map, or if I buy Marvel's Avengers on PlayStation, I get to play with Spider-Man.
Like, that's kind of ridiculous.
Honestly, I love the way that worked out. The fact that it was so busted, the Spider-Man that they made for PlayStation, because the studio didn't want to do it. It was a deal that Square made. So they just made like this half-ass Spider-Man and put him over there. And it's like, we waited all this time for that? Yeah, bitch, that's what you waited for.
He was wearing yoga pants instead of his suit.
Yeah, it was Spider-Cat. Spider-Cat. He didn't even make it a real appearance.
It was Scooter-Man.
Yeah, right? But yeah, so that was all really cool, kind of, doubling down on that stuff. But another really cool thing that he talked about, which is really exciting, is AI, right? So right now they have this new kind of thing, the chat AI, where you can get this app and like talk to it. Bing is doing it now because Microsoft has the exclusive commercial rights to it. But like, you can go and talk to the AI and it'll talk to you.
Okay.
So you can, like, if you're trying to make a YouTube video and you're like, oh man, I'm having a hard time getting started on the script. You can literally tell the AI, do me a favor. I want you to write a script about, the potential for, the Activision deal going through or not, and use specific examples that Phil said or this, and it'll generate some. Like,
this is literally like having your own assistant, right?
It is. And
like,
you can talk back and forth. After it does something, you can be like, you know what? I like that, but make it funnier. And they're literally like,
go ahead,
trying to tell jokes in there that fit with it. Like, you have a conversation with them. And the same thing with art, right?
There's certain places. Been, art competitions that turns out someone used AI for it and shit.
Well, you can go online. And there's certain websites or whatever that you can type in, like, draw a picture of a samurai cat wearing camo gear, shooting a banana
while eating a hot dog
filled with toothpaste.
Oh yeah, my friend has that app,
eating a hot dog.
Puts in a bunch of random shit and it comes pretty dang out.
And they make
exactly what you say.
Art, like real art, not like stick figure bullshit.
Yeah,
like art, like an artist drew that shit type deal.
That's super dope.
So you can, like, your imagination can go wild. So they brought it up because, again, they didn't mention it, but Microsoft does have the exclusive commercial rights to it. And she kind of brought it up, and they're like, listen, like, that's what we love about video games, right? Video games are always like pushing whatever the latest tech is. And they're already, he already said it, that they're spending a lot of time with AI engineers thinking about how this can be additive. Like, how can they use this shit to make things better? The holy grail of video games for me, in like in an RPG sense, right? Like if I'm playing a story-based game, is I have a microphone on my head, right? I have my headset on. I'm playing a game, and I talk to a character, and I use my voice to speak to the character, and the character speaks back to me based off what I said. That's like,
Dang.
Yeah.
the holy grail, right? Like, that's like, holy shit. If that can happen, where I can role play as a character, like, I need to find my wife, she was taken. Do you know anybody, right? And then she'll be like, yeah, I'm sorry, I don't know. I'm like, bitch, find out right now, or I'm gonna shoot you. And then she like says, no, don't shoot me, sir. I'm like, I'm gonna shoot you if you don't tell me.
I'm trying to figure it out.
I'll tell you an answer. It was Tim. Who's Tim? I don't know. They made him up. I told you I didn't know. I just envision all this shit
Back
happening.
and forth,
right?
yeah.
But like, can you imagine how crazy that would be, right? Like, that brings it to like, what was that movie with Ryan Reynolds, Free Guy?
Yes.
Oh,
Where,
yeah, I
like,
remember that movie.
where it's like video games, but like there's a realness to it in the background. Well, if AI can exist in a game where, you know, they set some boundaries to it where it's going to talk relevant, like you're not going to be able to talk to it about crazy shit that it doesn't want to talk about. But if you can literally just have like a conversation with it and it goes back and forth with you, that would be super, super insane.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, with AI, people have done things like, it wrote me a Batman script. I can't wait to read it or some shit, like what happens or whatever the heck.
Yeah, no, you could literally do that. Like, anything you want, AI can do it now. It's crazy. And it's right in your phone. Like, it's not even, it's legit stuff. So
The world we live in.
yeah, and it's only gonna
That's
get
pretty
better
awesome.
and better.
I
You know what I'm
agree.
saying? So yeah, so that was that. It was a cool interview. You know, it was a great video. If you have some time, you should definitely watch it. There's a lot of great games coming out soon. So, you know, it's a big time to be an Xbox fan and a gaming fan in general. But one last thing, and this one's gonna be really short. But this is kind of like an obvious thing, but it kind of came up on Twitter. Where is this? Andy Robinson, right? VGC. They have put up a tweet saying that reportedly, if the deal doesn't go through, the Activision Blizzard deal doesn't go through and Xbox cannot purchase them, Microsoft is thinking about selling off Xbox.
Yeah, that's a sick joke.
All right. So I have a question.
Sure.
What kind of clown shit is this?
Yo, I don't know, but right now he should be wearing a clown mask.
Yeah, this is one of the most
crazy.
ridiculous things I've ever heard. Because
Almost as ridiculous as the Sega Series X.
This is freaking nuts. You think that they've been investing in building Xbox the way that they have so that, oh my gosh, if Activision Call of Duty doesn't go through, we're just gonna call it quits. Are you freaking nuts? This is Xbox's biggest freaking year.
Yeah.
And
none of their games have even come out yet.
Listen, Activision is just a freaking frosting on the freaking cake. Like,
Seriously.
are you kidding me? And even if that doesn't go through, they're going to find a way to figure out how to work together. I can't even say that with like a serious face.
You can't even entertain the idea in your mind.
No, that is not going to happen.
Like, it's so stupid. The fact
That's
that
freaking ridiculous. But the fact that somebody had the thought that they could possibly be selling off, that they will be selling off freaking Xbox if this doesn't happen, is one of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard.
it's stupid. So stupid that Phil Spencer had to say it, right? He had to say that Xbox will exist if the deal doesn't go through and is not some linchpin to the long term.
The thing is that we're not looking at this like Activision or Call of Duty are coming to save Xbox. Xbox doesn't need saving. If anything,
Seriously.
it's the other way around. So this is a freaking joke.
It is. Like,
It's
literally,
and
guys.
a weird joke. Like one of those
Yeah, it's
that
like
you're
like a stupid-ass joke.
I want to
Like-
laugh, but you may be serious, so I don't want to entertain it.
Yeah, for real.
Mhm.
Like, guys, they bought Bethesda like
Yeah.
2 years ago.
No. But Activision, this is where
Yeah.
it all
They
goes
spent
down.
Make it or
$7
break it.
billion on Bethesda.
Mhm.
They did not know that Activision would be a target. This deal came together. Remember, it was announced last January of 2022, right? Not this
Mhm.
January that just passed. So 2022 January, it was announced.
By the way, I'm sorry
Sure.
to cut you off.
Sure.
So what's going to happen with the Nintendo 10-year deal?
Oh no! They're
Yeah.
they're gonna give it
Up
up.
in flames. Got it.
Put
Got
the
it.
bullet
Got
in
it.
the
They signed a
contract.
10-year deal because they're quitting.
The
Got it.
contract. Just
Yeah.
shred it. Put it in the
Okay.
shredder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All these
So-
contracts are just
Yeah,
because
just gone,
the end is near.
So January 2022, they announced the idea that they were going to purchase them. It was literally over like Christmas beforehand. Like, it was late November,
Yeah.
early December that they even saw this as a possibility. Then that's only because all that shit came out about Activision. So it was like a 2-month turnaround, and then boom, the deal got signed, and it's been this long just trying to get it go through. Like, before then, they were heavily like when they said they were going to buy Bethesda for $8 billion. That's all anybody needed to know, right? Like, hey, they're serious. They're not going anywhere, because why the F would they? Two things. Why would they buy Bethesda, and why would Bethesda sell to them if they thought Xbox was just going to disappear in the next year and a half?
No,
if,
this is too
if some other
ridiculous to
deal doesn't
even
go through.
entertain. This is crazy. Now, you just said something that like makes you think a little bit. Like, okay, so this happened. They found out everything that with Activision or whatever in like November, and then January, there was essentially a deal on the table for Xbox to purchase Activision. Now, we obviously know why Jim Ryan is throwing a tantrum and why he is trying to make this stop. But like we're not thinking of like the people that are not, like, obviously we talk about, wow, you know, they're really into PlayStation, but also like this may not be as personal as we think with like Xbox. We're looking at Activision and we think of all the drama that they had going on, and it could be like also kind of like a way to stick it to them for all the shit that was happening in that company, you know?
What do you mean?
With Activision.
But
Like-
what's the way to stick it to them?
Kind of like not because of all the crazy shit going on with the company, kind of like, you know, now you want to go with Xbox, be bought, and potentially, you know, make your game exclusive. Like, now on top of it, you're getting $69 billion. You know what I'm saying?
That's a lot
I
of
don't
money.
know.
Just
So
like
what
Just
are
a
you,
thought.
what are you saying? Like, the deal not going through is like a punishment?
Maybe we keep looking at like continuing to try to stop Xbox from getting this deal, but maybe there are some people in there trying to stop Activision from getting $69 billion, you know?
Well,
Let's turn the table real quick. And I'm not entertaining it like the thought, like, oh my gosh, that's what happened. I'm just saying, like, you know, it could have crossed.
The only problem is that the Activision as an entity is a business, but the people in it are very real. And the people who had all those things happen to them, they still work there. Like, it like Sony trying to stop it to screw them over from having a stable job and having a protection from Microsoft, like Microsoft offering them protection because they're the owners, and if somebody does something wrong, they can fire them and the world is going to keep going, right? Like, that would be crazy if that's the reason why Sony would try to stop it.
No, not Sony, but it's not Sony. Sony's doing it for their own reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, obviously. But I'm just saying this deal keeps getting stopped.
Oh, like maybe the FTC is
Yeah.
trying to do it to stick it to Activision. I mean, that's very possible. Absolutely.
There are two sides. It's $69 billion freaking dollars.
I get that.
I'm not saying that's the reason. I'm just saying that
It could
you
be
know,
part of
the
the people
longer-
in the government
Yeah.
who are pissed that this thing happened. And remember, that's like a legal dispute still happening.
That's what I'm saying.
Like
this
that's
is
still happening separately. So
you never know.
yeah, no, I get that. Yeah,
Like, it's
I
not
didn't think
your-
about it that way, but absolutely, it's a possibility. For sure. So
Well,
I
that
agree 1010%. I don't know. This whole situation, like, I feel like I say this every time, but it'd be great if this was over so we can just see what Microsoft has in store for us when Activision becomes one of them. I feel like they have big plans inside. They probably have like a whole constitution full of like ideas and shit, and like it's gonna get crazy, you know? I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to it.
I agree. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. Just the stupid idea that if the deal doesn't go through, they're gonna sell. They're not gonna sell. Xbox will stay Xbox whether this deal goes through or not. All I would say, if the deal doesn't go through, you're gonna have a pissed off Xbox with $69 billion ready to spend on some other shit.
Yeah.
Like, they just
Now,
have like a burning hole in their pocket.
let's just keep pointing out how easy it was to get what was the Flash off the hook.
That's true. That's true. All right. Well, with that, what is next, my friend?
All right. So, a major leak from two very reliable sources on Twitter denote that Fortnite's next big crossover will be with Attack on Titan. As per the leak, Eren Yeager will be the secret skin for Fortnite Chapter 4 Season 2 and will have ODM gear lying around the map to pick up and allow you to swing around, similar to that of the Spider-Man web slinger in the game prior. Now, this on its own is pretty huge. There's also some word around about Resident Evil, Leon S. Kennedy, for the upcoming Resident Evil 4 coming out this March. But Attack on Titan is supposed to be the big one, the one they're really trying to put a spotlight on for this season. So this is pretty epic. It makes a lot of sense since Attack on Titan Final Season Part 3 Cour 1 just came out a few days ago as of the time of recording. So I think that this is going to be super hype. I'm really excited. What do you guys think?
This is huge. This is such a big deal. You know, it's they're closing off, right? So they need to make it into Fortnite before they go, you know?
That's true. That's true.
Man,
should.
this must be great for you, the idea of this really taking place.
I mean, honestly, it's pretty wild, the fact that they're actually doing it. Like, that's pretty epic, you know?
Fortnite has been making serious moves. Like, they just...
I love Fortnite, dude.
Yeah, they are bringing in some really cool characters.
Yeah, I did not think that I would love it so much. But I gotta tell you, the biggest thing that they did was they took out
That building
the
crap.
building shit.
Yeah, that
I
was
mean, they
such
didn't take it out,
nonsense.
but they gave you the option.
Yeah.
Right? So you can play without it, and that's all I needed, because outside of that, everything else was awesome. Like, I always liked it, but it was too much. You get it to the end, and
Yeah,
then
they
all of a
just
sudden, it's just like
build a
building.
box
It's like, all right,
Yeah.
man. Like, I'm not Bob the Builder, bro.
Yeah.
My name's not Handy Manny. I'm not
Like, if I
building
want to play
shit.
Minecraft, I'd do it myself. I'd buy that shit. Dang
Yeah,
it.
like
So-
I'm not down for it, but they did that, and now it's like full steam ahead. There's also another leak that came up. I don't have it here about Fortnite, that they're looking to do a first person mode, like a
Ooh.
first person shooter mode.
Sure,
Yeah.
that would be something.
So I don't know if they're gonna do that like while you're playing, you can just swap between, or if it's a dedicated first person only mode, or if it's only like when you aim your gun, it switches to first person. I don't know. But
Okay.
that's the other leak as well. So this next season, I think it starts this upcoming week, if I'm not mistaken, is gonna be possibly huge with a lot of different moves that they're making. So I'm excited. I mean, I wasn't into anime that much before, but now, you know, I've gotten into it a lot more thanks to Madman.
Shucks.
You know, showing us all this
Crazy shit.
things that I didn't know existed in anime.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, your knowledge just went to Dragon Ball, and that was the extent.
well, Dragon Ball and then all the other crap that when I grew up, what anime was.
Like,
For the
when
most
you grew
part.
up, there was stuff like Lupin and stuff like that, or
I don't even know, but it's just the way we saw it. You know what I'm saying? I grew up at a different time. So
Sailor
when,
Moon was popular during that time.
it's just, it wasn't like it wasn't a popular thing back in the day to like anime.
Yeah, well,
It was
it's
just
come
like,
a long
hey, some
way.
people
Yeah,
like
there was like a
Also,
negative
like the
connotation
way-
to it. So it's like I really didn't go out of my way to check it out. And all I knew was from the things that people said about it. So I didn't bother. But you know, you get ingrained in that idea. So it never dawned on me to look any further. I thought Dragon Ball Z was cool, but you know, that was it. But there's so much more out there now. Like
a lot more. Like a
yeah, even
ridiculous
like
amount.
even these music videos, these AMVs that we've been making, like Demon Slayer is so dope.
Demon
The
Slayer's fire.
Chainsaw
Man, that's a new hit
that was
series
so
that just
dope.
came out and stuff
Attack
like
on
that.
Titan, watching that one, it was like wow, like you get
Attack
to
on Titan
really
is badass,
see
just to say the least. But yeah,
some of this
and
extra
not just
stuff.
that, it's a good story too. You know, there's a lot. It's easy to get caught up on the stereotypes. It's like how people look at video games. There's still a lot of people that look at video games as just, oh, it's a bunch of gun shooting and violence that they're promoting.
I mean, I wouldn't say a lot of people. I say video games have taken that turn pretty good. Right now, anime is like on that cusp where it's still really niche for the most part, but the
there are
pockets,
more people that are liking it.
yeah, the pockets of of popular anime has grown.
Like, there's a lot of people who I actually have met or something like that where they don't watch anime, but there's always that one that they think is actually pretty good, sort of thing.
Well, I think that
Exactly.
there's
It's much more acceptable.
the thing is that it's become something that there's something for everyone. We were
Yeah, that's
just
the thing.
today we were just watching Spy Family.
Oh, I love that
And-
damn
Spy Family's
show.
a good
That's
one.
so
Yeah.
good.
But yeah,
And-
like there's like so many genres. Like you like action,
Exactly.
of course, Attack on Titan's a good one. It's like, you know, if you like sports, Blue Lock is a really popular one. You like cooking, Food Wars is a popular one. Like there's just like it's not as black and white anymore. There's so many, it's ridiculous.
Exactly.
You like video games, Sword Art Online is popular, or No Game No Life is a popular one, or Konosuba. Like there's so many. ReZero. There's like it's so vast. There's a bunch of genres. Even though shonen action is usually the spotlight and what makes the most money at the box office or stuff, there's so many others that like romantic comedies and stuff like that, like Love is War, or the Shinkai films like Your Name or Weathering With You. Like there's just a lot now, and it's not as black and white as a lot of people perceived it back when. So, you know.
Agreed. Weathering With You is such a
That was
beautiful movie.
Oh man, you made that AMV on it.
animation.
Holy
Yeah.
shit, that's
Yeah.
so good.
And his next movie,
Oh my god,
Suzume,
you
comes out
gotta
this
you gotta
April.
watch that AMV, guys.
So,
Doodle
yeah.
killed it, bro. Doodle
Thank you.
killed it. So good. But yeah, I mean it's like video games, right? There's a lot of different genres. You know, there's got the most popular ones that people are gonna gravitate to: first person, third
Like
person
this
action.
Call of Duty
all
or
that stuff.
Fortnite
Those are the big
or
dogs.
Mario
And then you got
Brothers.
like real time strategy games that are much smaller in
Mhm.
comparison. And like the anime is like the highs are not as high as video games right now.
Not
right?
yet, but I
they're-
feel like
they're on
that's
that
where it's
path. You know, they're
heading,
getting
yeah.
there. But it's there. The problem is right now only the biggest stuff is, I would say, would matter right now. The biggest animes.
like
the
there's still
little-
like
Like you made an AMV on some robot
Gurren Lagann.
mech looking thing, right?
It's a critically acclaimed show, but
Yeah,
it's
but
not
that's-
like a big name like Demon
yeah,
Slayer.
like that outside of people who know anime,
Exactly.
like it doesn't exist.
It's
right?
like think about Elden Ring. Like if you walk out to a guy at Walmart and say, "Hey, you heard of Elden Ring?" There's probably a big chance he'll say, "What the fuck is Elden Ring?" But if you go to a gaming community or talk to people who know gaming, of course they've heard of Elden Ring. So it's just, you know, it's not like widespread where like even if you don't know Dragon Ball, you've probably heard of it, or Naruto, even My Hero Academia at this point, probably Demon Slayer or something like that, or Bleach, you know,
Yeah.
the big names. But it's not that like there's not too many anime that are like obviously you know that shit sort of thing.
That's what I'm saying. Like they're not quite there yet, where they have like a front runner that's
Yeah.
like this huge property that like everybody knows, right? Like everybody knows Call of Duty.
Yeah, like even if you don't know gaming, yeah, you probably heard of Call
You've
of Duty.
heard
Whether
of
it's
Call
kids
of
talking about
Duty,
it,
yeah.
people talking about it, you've seen it. You probably know what Call of Duty is.
Or like Madden, right? Everybody knows Madden,
Like,
the
it's
football
Madden.
game, right? So like NBA 2K, right? Like shit
Pokemon.
like that. People
Pokemon's
know
the biggest media
Pokemon.
franchise of all
Like
time.
people know this stuff, right? And anime is on its path. It's taken a long time. You know, we're from when I was growing up, anime was around to now, and it's finally getting to a point where
It's cool.
you know it's
Yeah.
ish.
it's coolish, right? Like you got cyberpunk, you got these places that are really arcane.
Even like Western people, like they're starting to see the success of it and giving off their brands to it and stuff like that. See what the crazy shit you can do with it and things like that.
Yeah.
And Star Wars, one of the biggest names of all time, they just made they made an anime series called Star Wars Visions, which gives a bunch of different Japanese animation studios the reins to make shorts based on the Star Wars universe and their own take on it. And a lot of the results are pretty cool. So, it's much bigger now. Fortnite is one of those Western companies. Well, wow. I'm sorry, that was stupid. Epic Games is one of the Western companies that's taken notice, and they've inducted Naruto, Dragon Ball, and My Hero Academia to the Fortnite universe, and it looks like Attack on Titan is gonna be next. So
Give me Spy Family, baby.
Spy Family, I wouldn't count on it just yet.
I need Lloyd, Yuri. Found out how crazy he was.
Yeah, he's freaking nuts.
He needs to be in there.
Yeah.
I like
Give
to
me a
see
little
Anya.
You know what I'm saying? But for sure, they need to do Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer.
I need
Tanjiro,
and I need Nezuko, but I also need Tanjiro with the backpack and Nezuko back there. Oh shit! And then if you have a second player being Nezuko, they can jump in your back.
That would be creepy as
whole ass.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I think that they'll probably go with like another. If this Attack on Titan thing is true, they seem to be going they went classic with Naruto and Dragon Ball. Now they went modern with like My Hero and Demon Slayer. They're seeming to go that.
They didn't do Demon Slayer.
They didn't do Demon Slayer.
They didn't do Demon Slayer. Sorry, did I say Demon Slayer?
Yeah, you said you got me excited. Like what?
Well, I know.
My Academia. Sorry, My Hero. So if they do Attack on Titan next, 2 classic, 2 modern, they might just do another classic like One Piece maybe or Bleach. And then they'll probably have another classic series like Yu Yu Hakusho. And then I think they'll go modern again with like Demon Slayer or something.
I hope so. I need it.
Demon Slayer would be pretty fire, honestly.
Yeah.
They didn't do it right away.
Fire.
There's just so many. Like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure would probably be sick too. Like there's so many that it's hard that like Sword Art Online would honestly be a no-brainer because that show is a video game in a video game world.
Yeah, but it has to be popular. Like
Sword Art Online is very popular.
No, I don't mean anime popular. You know what I'm saying? This is Fortnite.
Everywhere.
This is Fortnite. This is not Anime Shop. You know what I'm saying? It's not the place where you just say, hey, it's anime, look at it. It's Fortnite is the biggest thing out there. I need the big guns. So I need Demon Slayer. I need Spy Family.
Spy Family is not that kind of popularity yet.
Well, if I know it, then it is.
Oh my god!
Because I'm not.
You only knew it because
I'm not the anime. This is the thing. You got to take yourself out of the equation when you're talking about this.
But you only heard about it because I was making fun of it.
You're not the guy sitting at Epic headquarters saying, "Let's get this anime in there." It's me. It's somebody like me who says, hey, I heard of this cool anime. Maybe we should see if we can get that one.
Like the only reason you know about it is because I was making fun of it or so much like that about how it... No. The first time you heard about it, I brought on a podcast talking about how season 2 and a movie were confirmed. That was before you even heard of it. And that's how you found out about Spy Family's existence.
Exactly.
Yes, but I think that's what he means.
You know what I'm saying? So you told me about a bunch of animes that I could give...
Two
just like
this
robot one that you talked about, right?
It's fire though. So, it's only 20-something episodes.
But really but what I'm saying is that just because I heard it from you doesn't mean I'm going to like it.
That's
the fact that I like it is what means that it's going to be something that's more mainstream. The more people know about it.
I'm not into it. Ooh, that's controversial.
Yeah, that's like if you hate sports, but there's a sports game that you love to play.
Yeah. Oh,
right?
Sports?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. There's actually this show called Blue Lock that's an anime, but it's like soccer. Now, at first it looks stupid as fuck. I'm like, why would I want to watch a soccer anime? But the animation is absolutely ridiculous. And a lot of people were saying it was the best anime of 2023 and shit. Like, it was crazy. So I'm actually looking forward to it. And the animation looks way better than it has to be. And the show itself looks cool as fuck. And the music, I heard the opening theme, and it's badass. Like, I don't know. 2023 was a cool year. It was a cool year. I don't know. I think that a lot more is coming out.
We're just starting.
Yeah, we're in 2023, homie.
Oh, sorry, 2022. I meant. Shoot, I'd say I said 2023. Just replace that with 2022 in your mind.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah. Sorry. Shit.
No, that's all right. Well, I'm excited for Fortnite getting these Attack on Titan people. I really want to watch this show.
Bro, can you imagine you can set off the rumbling? Shit, that would be fire. To be perspective, the rumbling is the whole thing where Eren sets off the fucking rumbling and Titans come and like these giant Titans emerge from the ground shit and they literally trample the entire Earth till every human's dead and shit. Can you imagine you do that, but like half the players are dead or shit? That would be fire.
I mean, that would not be for the players. You'd be really mad that a guy on the other side of the map unleashed these titans and we're all
There's
dead.
a 1% chance it'll land on the map, the item, or something like that.
Yeah, no, that'd be crazy. But then on top of that, right, there's more stuff that was revealed. So it's not just anime.
Yes, Resident Evil.
Resident Evil.
Leon S. Kennedy. The badass himself. That would be so sick. Holy shit. Resident Evil 4 Remake is coming. That would make so much sense for him to be in there. Bro, I would get him day one. Shit, that's epic. So
Resident Evil 4 Remake. I don't know. I'm excited for that one.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I don't know. We already got Eren Yeager and Leon S. Kennedy as the two frontrunners for season 4. What could they possibly do next?
I don't know.
Like what? Mario's next for the Mario movie? Shit, that'll be something else.
That would be the ultimate. Oh my god!
That
if you could run around,
can you
as
imagine
Mario
shooting up Master
people?
Chief and Isaac Burger,
Oh
some
my
crazy shit.
God.
Oh my god,
That would be insane.
That'd be wild.
I don't know. I don't know.
Magnum opus of Fortnite.
That would be wild.
That would be crazy.
That'd be
But
wild.
listen, Nintendo, listen up. Everybody's doing it.
Yeah, just,
You know what I'm
just hop
saying?
on board. I mean, they would be really small.
Mario?
No, they'll make
Are they full size in real
No,
life? Because I feel
Mario's
like
a tall
they're
fellow.
super
I mean,
tiny.
Mario's a bit shorter than Luigi.
like
Luigi
their
would be like
legs
as tall as the normal.
are so short.
No, but
Nah,
it
they're
doesn't.
tall. They're tall.
Yeah,
Like Mario's
even
taller,
if-
will be a little shorter than average. Luigi will probably be the same size as everyone else, and Peach would too. So yeah, Luigi would be Mario's like a short guy. I mean, he's not like half your size, but he's a little. Like,
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that in Fortnite, you're running around and like
No,
you see
they
this
have
little
to make him
Oompa
like.
Loompa running around.
he's not like a little. He's not like a. He's not a Smurf. Like,
They have to
Oh my God,
dimension
Smurfs in
that,
Fortnite.
like to fit
Papa
with
Smurf, let's
everybody
get those
else.
motherfuckers.
He's not a Smurf.
He's not a fucking Smurf.
Smurfing nothing.
Yo, how are Smurfs not in the game?
It's kids' property.
Because
that's
they
why.
have to make them small.
Maybe they got, tased and turned into the big
Imagine
people.
Peppa Pig in Fortnite.
Dude, they got the Hulk. They got all these people in there.
The Hulk. Oh my gosh.
You could make it work. You can make it work.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
All right. So Fortnite, fire.
Hey,
We're
listen,
really excited for
let's
Fortnite.
not forget Tom Nook then, if we're going to bring in
Animal
Mario.
Crossing. Man,
The
that
only
would
reason he's
be
not there is
a
because Nintendo's a
massacre.
fucking
Uh-huh.
bitch.
Like, just have Nintendo sign on board. Like, all right, Epic, let's do
Who
this.
would be bad? Everything would change if Link got into. If any Nintendo character would get in, it would be Link. That would be the one.
Yeah,
guy.
but none of them use
If-
guns, bro.
That's the problem. They won't let him. They're like, this is for everyone.
Can you
We
imagine
would
you
never.
play and Mario's just like using his fingers like
What
guns?
are
Pew,
these?
pew,
Yeah.
pew. It's just words coming
Cuphead should
out.
be in Fortnite. Cuphead should be in Fortnite. But use a gun shit with their fingers, like
Yeah,
in
that
the
would be
game.
dope.
Oh, that'd be so
That
Bro,
would
dope.
be
I would
really dope.
love a Cuphead skin.
Yeah, that would be dope.
Fuck me.
All right. We got to get out of the spiral of Fortnite because
Fortnite's endless hole.
there's so much you can possibly do with Fortnite.
Well, listen, Fortnite, this is our list and so much
This is
more
our
if you
list,
want to hear the
bitches.
rest.
No
Yeah.
bitching about this one, kids.
For real. All right. Now, we're not done with Attack on Titan, though, right? So,
Yeah,
what's...
the Attack on Titan train is just beginning. Buckle in, folks. Attack on Titan Final Season Part 3 Cour 1, say that in one sentence, officially dropped on
You
Crunchyroll
just did.
and Hulu on March 3rd, 2023. The episode includes some of the series' strongest storytelling and some of the most shocking and emotional moments in arguably any show in 2023 thus far. Holy fuck, yeah, that came out this Friday. It came out the same day as Demon Slayer movie. There's a meme about which one, pick your poison and shit. Attack on Titan or Demon Slayer, you can only pick one. But yeah, holy fuck. The final season was already pretty dang amazing.
Did you watch the episode?
Yeah, of course I did. It was an hour long though. I stayed up at night. That was a poor decision. It was like midnight. But yeah, it's so good. Holy fuck. It's definitely a slower paced. Like it takes a lot. It like really goes headfirst into the storytelling aspect. It's not as action packed. You have to wait a little while till it gets action packed, but it takes a lot more into the story of fleshing out Eren's perspective and in contrast to everyone else, really evaluating, like, it's not as black and white as they kind of make it seem. He's not just crazy all of a sudden. They get the perspectives of the Survey Corps and the Marley and everyone. The whole 10 minutes are about a child and his normal life and shit until he gets crushed to death by the rumbling and shit that Eren unleashes and how it impacts everyone around him. It really takes its time, but it's about looking at the story in different angles because perspective is what makes Attack on Titan. It's not as black and white as these are the good guys, these are bad guys, like season 1 kind of made it off to be. As the show continues, you kind of realize that there's no one hero in the story. everyone's kind of this hero in their own story.
Yeah,
And it sounds
everybody's
cliched,
perspective.
but
Everybody
it's really
thinks.
true. It's like a domino.
Yeah.
There's many sides to it, you know? It's not just one fucking square. It's a cube. So many sides to it. You can understand every single side to it.
Man, this
you know?
motherfucker getting
So yeah, that's
philosophical.
what makes it so good.
Yo,
And-
yo.
And
Life
they-
is
and
not
they-
just a circle; it's a cube.
It's a sphere, buddy. And they also killed off a fan favorite character, which that's kind of shit. But they did a really cool thing after that, which I don't want to spoil anyone who might be looking to watch it, but it's a pretty wild moment. It's pretty effing cool. But yeah, so it was a great episode overall. It's slower paced than an average episode, but it's for the better in the end. And it really gets crazy at the end. They left on a cliffhanger though, and basically credits started rolling. By the time credits started rolling, despite it being an hour, it felt like it was just getting started. And the same day, yeah, we'll get into that later. But yeah, there was a whole kerfuffle that day. It was supposed to come out at like midnight, 12:25 a.m. And people were staying up at night and shit. And then they're like, I can't wait for 12:25 a.m. at March 3rd. And then the episode never went up. And they're like, what's going on? What's going on here on Crunchyroll? And then they kept refreshing till like 2 a.m. and shit like that. It still wouldn't go up. And then people just eventually started giving up and going to bed. But they wake up, the episode's not there. 6 p.m., the episode finally went on Crunchyroll. And then they're finally like, fucking finally, we can watch this shit. So yeah, and Hulu too. Hulu never had that. It just went up when Crunchyroll did. But, you know, that was a fiasco in itself. I was at school. Oh, shit, no. I take that back. I'm not a minor. So,
What?
you know.
Are you fucking
Well, I'm
crazy?
saying that I was doing something and I didn't really get caught up in that nonsense. So, you know, I was free from that.
Did you
So I just
believe in
watched
your
it.
life that anyone listened to your words thinking that you're a grown ass person? The fuck is wrong
Okay,
with
the
you?
cat's out of the bag. I'm a child. Well, you know what? I'm proud of it. By the time I was in bed, the episode was just right there, so I didn't have the trauma of waiting.
So the big question is, Mamet, how many times did you check while at school if that episode went up?
None at all, because I'm a good boy who doesn't go on my phone during school.
Got it.
But yeah, this was a funny situation because today Attack on Titan and the Demon Slayer movie came out on the same day. Yeah, I'd rather watch Attack on Titan than D-Mid Slayer.
Oh,
No reason.
no reason. All right.
Let's not go to one.
Let's leave that alone.
Let's
All
leave
right.
that. Yeah.
So fun times with part one, and then what's the next thing about Attack on Titans? Right, we got some more
Yeah, the
information.
pain doesn't end there. Attack on Titan Final Season Part 3 Cour 2 has officially been confirmed for a fall 2023 release. So shortly after the episode premiered, Studio Mappa made an official announcement on Twitter and a little very short teaser that the next episode or the true final part will come out in fall of 2023. So apparently they call it kind of part 4 now, but it's also kind of technically part 3, part 2. You could call it whatever. But yeah, this is kind of some bullshit how long it's been taking. But hey, if it means the quality we've been getting, then I don't have a problem. I just wish it didn't take so damn
That's
long.
actually not that bad just to wait till fall, because how many episodes are you guys getting?
One episode.
That's it? Oh, so you got this one
You
and
got
then you
this
have
one
to wait.
episode
Ooh.
and you're done. Then you have to wait until fall.
Hold on. This is not a
Damn.
season. It's just one episode.
So final season, it had the first part, final season part 1, which was 16 episodes. Final season part 2, 12 episodes. Final season part 3, which is divided into 2 specials. And the first special released on March 3rd, and it's an hour long, bigger than the average episode. But that's it. That's all you're getting of part 3 until part 3, part 2, or part 4, as they kind of call it now.
That's a lot of
And
parts.
then you'll finally get the true, definitive final episode that will end it all. Put the bullet to the head of the show, sort of thing. Like it's actually over. It just doesn't
I
end.
thought this was like you just
Yeah.
watched the first episode of the new season.
No.
That's what I thought too.
But
Holy
it's just
fuck.
one episode. That's it, and
Yeah,
now you
it's
got to wait
bullshit, but
6 months.
It's a good kind of
A
bullshit.
lifetime?
Jesus,
Yeah, jeez, it's
that is
something.
unnecessary.
I would have rather they held both
Yeah, just
episodes.
wait. Give me
till
Some
the
people
fall.
think they should have just waited till both episodes were completed to stitch them together and make it into a movie and then put it in theaters. So
Hold
that would be
on,
pretty
check
epic.
this out. I just saw this timeline right here. This is crazy. If this is real,
What?
season 4, the last
Oh, yeah, it's
one
been going on for
was
3
part
years now.
1, December
No.
2020.
Yep, 3
Part
years this
2,
thing's been going on.
2022.
3 years.
Part 3, 2023. And then part 4, fall 2023.
Yep, this is not a lie. It's
What
been
is
going on
wrong
for
with
3
these
years
This
now.
is insane. See, I would have given up and said, all right, someday I'll just
I mean,
catch
thank
up
God it
with the
wasn't in
whole
the
thing.
beginning, because by the time I started watching it, part 2 was underway. So I was like, I don't have to wait. So yeah, I mean,
That's
I'm
wild.
happy because final season was already very divisive because in the beginning, none of the characters from the first 3 seasons were even there. You got completely new characters in a completely new world, and they don't even acknowledge them. It's only until like the later part in like part 2 that they finally switch back to Aaron's perspective and everyone else's. And basically, some people rage quitted because of it, but I think the direction they took was completely different. Like if you watch an episode of season 1 to an episode of final season, you're not gonna tell it. Like it's a completely different thing now. But I think that's for the better. It ended up being a better show because of it. So if they need to take this long, then fine. It's just an annoying wait, but I know it's for the better.
That's because
wild.
it took so long
It's a ridiculously
that the
long wait.
technology available.
It's like saying we just
Change.
made a game for the original Xbox. The next episode is going to be when we come out with the Series X, okay?
Hold tight.
That's funny. That's real
That's
funny. And I
wild.
mean, the animation is clean. It's not Demon Slayer animation, but it's still really good
Oh,
animation.
then F this shit.
But I mean,
Yeah.
Demon Slayer is it's literally a league of its own. Nothing I could think of can match Demon Slayer animation, except maybe Fate, which was made by the same studio. Ufotable is just a god at animation shit. But yeah, so that
All right.
is something to say the least.
All right. Well, that was fun. Attack on Titan. I guess you'll be seeing them in about 6 or 7 months. We'll be back in 6 or 7 months with the latest on Attack on Titan. All right.
People are
Actually,
making
Attack
fun
on
of them as, like,
Titan, on Titan might be popping if it's true and
Is it Fortnite?
is in
Yeah,
Fortnite.
people
we'll-
like calling
we'll do a
out
gameplay
now
of
the
it for sure.
Avengers and shit. Like Infinity War came out as part 1, Endgame in part 2, in like a year apart and shit like that. And they even call the survey course the Avengers now and shit. Like I don't know. It's interesting to say the least. But yeah,
All right.
I think
What's next, my friend?
I think we're gonna get into this spicy one here. You know what? This is the year of fighting games. Because Mortal Kombat 12 has been confirmed to be coming out sometime in 2023. It has already been 4 years since Mortal Kombat 11, so Warner Brothers is looking to release the next installment at some point in the year 2023. What do you guys have to say about this?
There's a lot of fighting games coming out this year.
Right?
Like a lot of real fighting. Like not real. That was a little derogatory. Like a lot of mainstream ones. You know what I'm saying? Like the
big guns, the big IP.
Yeah, the big
Street
IPs
Fighter,
are coming out.
Tekken, Mortal Kombat.
You would think
This
Mortal
is the year
Kombat
to
might
be
have
fighting.
said, you know what, maybe we'll come out next year.
Yeah, right?
Just to give a
Just
little
to breathe it
space. But
out.
they're like really want to say, nah. We're gonna fight right now. So you have Tekken 8, which we already know for sure we want to get.
Yeah.
Street
Then you
Fighter
got
6.
Street Fighter 6, which that last trailer
Had me
Looked
confused.
better.
It
Our
looked
trailer
better, but it
saw
had
our
me
boy
confused
Zangief.
because, like, when you compare the two, it just makes no damn sense.
But this is the thing.
I would have rather they came out and said, "Listen, we watched the freaking trailer for
Tekken 8 and we made it
and
better.
Do you
listen,
really think they're gonna actually say that? Listen, we know our competition is just too fucking good, so we try to make
should've.
it at least a little better.
Man out.
I think that they should have said something like that if that's what happened, because my situation over here, I'm thinking they're trying to trick me into buying the damn game.
You're not a business, are you? I don't know. It's weird. I always think to myself that that'd be great, but then I'm like, it's like if we looked at our content and we're like, hey guys, we noticed that Mr. Beast is making $5 billion on his next video, so we decided to upgrade our content a little bit. Like, that's a little unrealistic. But,
I mean, this is the
Capcom's
thing.
trying their best.
Like, this is the thing, right? Tekken, it was like Tekken hasn't been like a banging ass graphics game in a
Since
long
maybe
time.
like the original PlayStation,
Like
but
this
that was
one
like, wow.
looks amazing,
Yeah.
right? But before this, it always looked good, but it wasn't like the next
Oh,
level. That
wow.
was Dead or Alive, right? For me, Dead or Alive was like the graphic showcase of a fighting game. And
Well, it was.
yeah, it was. And Tekken 8 looks like it's taking it to a whole next level. Street Fighter 6 was like, yeah, we're going to make the best looking fighting game we ever made. But I didn't know that Tekken was coming out here being serious and shit.
I don't know. Capcom has had a pretty,
So-
remember, for a little bit there, like the 360 PS3 generation, they've been doing shit. Like they were in a deep struggle. Like they were only survived on remasters. But Resident Evil 7 changed all of that. And then you got like Devil May Cry 5 and Mega Man 11. Things are starting to turn around.
That changed everything.
And
when they
hopefully
did
Street
Resident
Fighter.
Evil remake.
What do you say?
When they did Resident Evil 2 remake, that changed everything for Capcom.
I mean, 7 was the one that was like, yeah, they can actually do good games again. And then Resident Evil 2 was like
7, you gotta
Game
remember,
of the Year award winning.
7 was that the first person one.
I liked 7 a lot.
And a lot of people liked it,
Village.
but it was still like some people didn't like doing the first person.
Yeah, people didn't
switch.
like it because it was like, that's not Resident Evil.
So that's what I'm
just
saying.
first person creepy shit.
The real change when everything really switched for them was Resident Evil 2 remake.
Or 2 remake.
When they did that, it was like, holy shit, they're back. And they've been on a roll ever since.
Devil May Cry 5, Mega Man 11. Like, they've been killing
it.
out
Street Fighter 6
after banger.
It was not looking impressive.
Like,
but
graphically,
this last one,
even Devil May Cry 5 was a bit better, in my opinion. Because using that 60RE engine.
So it definitely does. But this is the thing. One game that did kind of stand out graphically was Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat 11 is a stunning game.
I mean, it looks
for its
great.
time. You know what I'm saying? Stunning. So we saw Tekken do something that looks amazing. What is Mortal Kombat doing?
Oh
like,
my
We'll
God.
find
is
out.
12
I mean,
gonna
if
look
they're
like?
coming out with it, knowing the competition out there, I mean, who knows?
They're not going to hold any punches back, you know?
Oh, a fighting game pun. Get it? They're not holding any punches back.
Nice,
Yo,
man.
thank you. I really, really didn't even have to try with that one.
That was good.
All right.
The clap was worth it. The clap was worth it. Wow, there's a lot of Mortal Kombat games that came out.
Yeah, there are countless entries. Like, there's so many. It's ridiculous.
So this is like a comeback,
I mean, Mortal Kombat kind of died out.
right?
I mean, after Mortal Kombat 3,
waiting
the
for that.
franchise really died out for a little bit there. And Mortal Kombat 10 is what kind of rejuvenated the franchise again.
Well, look, I just went through a whole bunch of stuff. So in January of 2002, Mortal Kombat Advance came out. That got a 2 out of 10.
Ugh.
Ooh.
Okay, so that was horrible. And everything before that was a 3, 6, 4, 1, 8, another 8,
Okay.
another 8.
Okay.
See,
3,
Mortal Kombat 3 was
3.
the last
Like, it was
great Mortal Kombat for a while there.
These were pretty bad. But then you see the switch when it gets to
10.
Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance in 2002, then Deadly Alliance GBA, Tournament Edition, Deception, Shaolin Monks, Armageddon. So, like, once that happened, they started getting to pretty decent scores. Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe, that's what they got. I don't know about that. That was a good game. So they had a lot, but Mortal Kombat 10, you're right, man.
That's what brought Mortal Kombat
Right
back to
there.
stardom.
Graphically, I mean,
Yeah, it
look at
looks
that.
good.
Look at that. That was amazing. And then 11 was a 9. The highest rated Mortal Kombat game ever.
On
All
IGN.
right.
was Mortal
So,
Kombat
okay, this
11.
may be exciting then.
So yeah, man, they come out with a new
So let's not forget they have a
new
really
graphics.
cool style of fighting.
Well, they have
dude.
their big selling
really
point
do.
is
The
as much
movies
gore as
are
you could
pretty
possibly
dope.
put without getting banned, basically. Like, not only the cast of characters cool, but they always push boundaries. Did you know that Mortal Kombat is the reason why there's a rating system? Because it was so graphic, they had to put some sort of warning on it.
I didn't know
And
that.
the ESRB was born from that. So, yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. But I don't know. I'm excited. I think Mortal Kombat did the OGs, just like all these other ones. These things have been around forever. But I
So
think
do you
Mortal
think they
Kombat
had
could
a
be
meeting
graphic.
and they were like 2023 on 3. 1, 2, 3, break.
Everybody was like, all right, guys,
Yeah.
let's all coordinate this, guys, right? We just want to make sure everybody's wearing the same outfit. Okay.
Let's
We all
release
look good.
on the same year, on the same day, the same
We wanna
time.
match.
Everybody, 3, 2, 1. Let's do this shit.
Let's get everybody buying fighting games at the same time, okay, guys? Let's do it.
That's crazy.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All
All right, well, fighting game, Mortal Kombat, we're excited. This is going
This
to
is
be a
going to
year.
be a very Mortal Kombat year.
Now, Doodle's going to play them all.
Okay, sure.
Mortal Kombat 11 should be a duel's never ever played.
It's too old. Ugh.
Mortal Kombat, too old.
Yeah, we're waiting for 12.
Oh my-
Didn't you just hear about how many new fighting games are coming out this year? Why in life?
It's never have I ever.
Will we revisit
if
an
it's
older
new,
one?
no shit, people have never played it. A lot of people.
Okay, well, it still works. Still works.
God.
All right, next up.
So, Chris Rock's Selective Outrage dives headfirst into the infamous slap heard around the world through jokes and one-liners, courtesy of our boy, Chris Rock. What do you guys have to say about this?
That shit was dope.
That was a great
I enjoyed it a lot. This
show.
was Netflix's first live anything on their platform ever.
That's so
This
cool
was a
to
moment
be
in history,
the one
folks.
to host that event,
Yeah,
right?
to be the first one ever, Chris Rock. Good for
that's
him.
crazy.
Good for our boy Chris Rock.
Good
I mean,
for
I would have
him.
thought it'd be cool if Chappelle had the first Netflix live performance.
That
but
would have been
I mean,
good.
Yeah.
I take
But still,
everything
Chris
back.
Rock, I mean, it had
Chris
to
Rock
happen
is dead
because
to
of
me.
slap.
Chappelle, where are you? Chappelle, we need you. No,
Where's
this
Chappelle
was
when we
really
need
good.
him?
No, this was great. Chappelle just had 3 specials with Netflix, right? Or 4?
Yeah, but they
So-
weren't live.
No, they were not.
They weren't live in person.
There's something about, like, we've literally never. So one time, back in our early days together, we went to this comedy club. It's the only time we ever seen one live.
Yeah.
But like on TV,
Mm-hmm.
when the hell has there ever been a live actual comedy outside of like Saturday Night Live, not the little skits and the little
Yeah.
those
Stupid
things. I'm
shit.
talking about like an actual, like you could either be sitting at home or sitting in the theater and we're all watching at the same time
Mhm.
event. I don't think this ever happened for stand up.
No, this is pretty cool.
It was super dope.
Yeah. It was really good. He was amazing.
Yeah,
he
it
did
was
a really good job.
really funny.
It was pretty
and,
good.
And you know, he handled the Will Smith slap really cool because he kind of alluded to it throughout the show.
Yes, but he
With the
didn't
same
make
joke,
his show about
But he
it.
didn't, right? He literally didn't, and it was a good show without any Will Smith shit.
That's the thing. Like, his stand-up was good without bringing... Like, if he didn't bring it up at all, it would have still been worth watching for sure, because
Yeah,
it was
definitely.
freaking amazing. He was really funny. But he did address it, and everybody's has something to say about the slap, except for him. And the way he addressed it was freaking priceless, in my opinion. He essentially like put him in his place, you know, call him a bitch about 80 times, by the way.
By telling him,
Because-
by saying that everyone else called him a bitch.
Yeah, except for him. But like,
Shook Smith. Remember they called him
yeah.
Shook Smith? Yo, that shit was funny.
But it is true. Like, he's aware. Like, he said, I know that slap had nothing to do with me and everything to do with, you know, what's been going
Like
on.
his shit that was going on with
His
her.
mess with his wife. And what came out essentially like right before. So he feels obviously that it wasn't about the joke. And oh my gosh, look at this. He did bring up how much bigger. Look, he is like 2-3 times his size.
That's not cool. Will Smith sucks.
Hey,
Yeah,
listen,
like,
Will Smith's
listen.
a G.
But
Will
look at who
Smith.
he targeted. And that's essentially what the name of his stand-up, like, that's what he's addressing with it. Selective outrage. He's letting it out on Chris Rock, right? The mess that he has going on at home that everybody's been talking about.
Yeah.
You know?
This poor effing guy, bro. Right in his earth.
All right. Well, let's not talk about poor. He proceeded to tell us about how much money he has
Yeah.
and how his kids are spoiled rich. And
And I love how he ended it with that mic drop when he said,
that he
you
has
know,
parents
he
and
has
you don't
parents.
fight in front of white people.
Yes. You don't fight in
The
public.
whiter,
In front of white
the
people.
crazier. You know? It's something else. Shoot, I was about to say something, but I can't remember.
Yeah,
Fuck, I was going to say
listen,
something.
it was a really, really good show. He had a lot of topics that were really good. Like he
Yeah.
there was nothing off bar. He talked about Meghan Markle and her whole, you know, racist royal family breakdown. And he talked about a lot of different things, and it was good. He talked about his family, his kids being spoiled and all that shit.
And I do think that it was finally addressed, right? And it was done now. And the way he did it, I really, it was good. It was really good.
I like how he alluded to it throughout the show by when he was talking about like Snoop Dogg or
Beyonce.
Jay-Z. That he doesn't want another mad
crazy rapper smacking it on stage.
Coming after him. He doesn't need that smoke. He doesn't need that heat. So he kept alluding to Will Smith slapping him. And it's funny because he was like, people were asking him, like, did it hurt? Because he took it like a G. You know what I'm saying? Like he took it.
He did
like a man.
Also,
but
that's what I wanted to say. Like he literally explained without necessarily like really going deep into it why he just stood there, right? Why he handled everything the way that he did, and why it was messed up, and why Will Smith was probably mad at some other shit, not necessarily at him. And the shit that they literally sat at a red table, Will Smith and his wife, to address like infidelity and how it made him feel and stuff like that. Like that's,
I gotta watch that because
we have to watch
it.
that because that's crazy.
That's really crazy.
That's one heck of a sit down.
That is.
Like how do you do that shit?
I don't know. Chris Rock literally brought that to our attention because I didn't even know that took place like that. But I found it funny when he said, did it hurt? Like, yeah, did it hurt? Yeah, it still hurts. I got summertime ringing in my ears. Like, yo. But I didn't, you know what's funny? I didn't notice how big Will Smith was in comparison to
him,
Chris Rock.
right?
Like,
Because TV makes everybody look relatively the same height unless they're standing right next to each other. You know what I'm saying? Because they lower the camera to make you still fit in the same frame. So it's like, oh, I didn't realize that I thought Chris Rock was tall.
I did too, until I just saw this shot because even though I've seen it before, he did mention the size difference. And then I was just, look at that. That's crazy.
Like, that's assault on another level. It's like hitting a child in that.
Essentially.
Yeah, he just looked at like, man,
that's a huge difference.
That's my prey. I can smack him now. And basically, he did nothing.
Damn.
All right.
Damn. Okay, last
that
one.
was pretty bad.
So, but the only reason I did that is because we saw another stand-up.
Oh my gosh,
that
which
came
was
out like a week before.
On HBO.
Which was
also hilarious.
Marlon Wayne.
But I didn't know how entangled Marlon was in this whole situation.
Yeah. He's funny.
He's so funny. But he's really like caught up in this whole thing because he knows all these people because his brother made a movie that he was supposed to be in. And because he was in school, they ended up giving that part to Chris Rock.
Yeah.
And Chris Rock kind of blew up from there. But then there was this girl that Marlon was into, and they were at the red carpet, and he was still young, and he really liked the girl, and Chris Rock came in and fucking took his bitch.
He took his girl. He was doing stand-up, and he didn't do stand-up for 20 years because Chris Rock heckled him. But, it's the way he sees it is like, what was the name of the stand-up? God loves me.
God loves me. God loves me because of that moment right there.
Yeah, he said it had nothing to do with Jada. It had nothing to do with Will. It had nothing to do with Chris. It's just that God loves me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he was like, give me the strength to kill him. And he's like, no, son.
10:32 p.m. Eastern, 7:32 Pacific.
Specific time.
God gave him back. He said he laughed so hard.
Oh my gosh, he was laughing on stage.
Yo, it was such an honest laugh.
Yeah, it really was.
Like, he was so happy to tell us all about the fact that he enjoyed watching.
I love the way he
Chris
broke
Rock
it up
slapped.
too. Like, he talked about his time when he knew, knowing Chris Rock, and then he went into Jada because he knew Jada too.
He loved Jada.
Yeah, and Will Smith as well. But he
they were
makes
all
fun of
best
her
friends and stuff
hardcore
like
too.
that.
After, because he bought her.
So cute and whatever. And he had feelings, and then she was like, come over to my house. And he's like, oh, yes, it's time.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'd like you to meet Will Smith. And he's like, fuck you.
Yo, it's true, though. It's crazy. That's crazy that he was in love with her, and she introduced him to Will Smith. Like, this is my man now.
I love that he called out how Will Smith got that fake ass laugh because man is annoying and fake as fuck.
It's a good laugh. It's a celebrity laugh.
C-Money is simping for Will Smith's laugh.
Yo, Will Smith is the shit. I don't care about this slap.
Will Smith lost
okay?
his shit.
Listen,
Oh, shit.
I'll fucking watch this slap right now. One more time. Right now. Do it. Pop! Yeah, because Will Smith is fucking nasty.
Hey,
he made Men in Black, all those dope ass movies. He made Bad Boys, all those dope ass movies.
What?
Come on, man.
All
Bad
right.
Boys was
I'm with
mid.
Madman
Bad
on
Boys
this.
was
Here
mid.
we go. Let's not
You
go
can't
down
be with
this
Madman.
path.
Madman don't know nothing about Will Smith.
No, I have seen Men in Black. And yeah, Bad Boys, I have seen Bad Boys too. It's mid as fuck.
Wow.
Yeah.
You are so full of nonsense. But that's okay.
Anyways, but you guys have to check out the stand-ups if
No,
you're
I Am Legend?
into it. Yeah.
Oh, that's a classic.
Come on.
Martin
Independence
Lawrence.
Day? Independence Day? Come on.
Martin Lawrence is
Martin Lawrence
really
is dope.
funny. Yeah.
He's dope.
He's dope. All right.
All right.
Now,
well,
wait. Before we move on.
Oh, sure.
I do have to ask, though. Do you think Netflix will make another live premiere anytime soon?
I think this was just the beginning.
I think this is going to be their new thing.
I can't even imagine how many people, and actually I'm sure they'll have a report on it, how many people were there waiting. They had a pre-show, which was great. They had a obviously the stand-up, and then they had an after show.
Like, I think that the next time they do a live preview thing, I don't think it's going to be for, like, another stand-up. I think it'll be for the first episode premiere of Squid Game Season 2. That's my prediction.
You think
It's so huge. It's
think
season
so?
1 is still the biggest thing on Netflix.
I
One of the
don't
biggest shows of all
feel
time.
like they would do a show.
I don't think they will do it live.
Like the
I don't
first
think they
episode,
would do a
and
show.
then the next day, the rest of the show comes out.
Nah, I think they would do just these one-offs. Like something that's just going to be...
Like a Netflix original movie.
Like really live, not like,
like a
here
Netflix
at this
original
time we're
movie.
releasing.
Or something like this.
Yeah, I laughed because I thought that you were insinuating that they would actually go ahead and record live content for Squid Game.
Can you imagine?
No,
Like,
that
we ain't fucking
listen,
around with
I
this Squid Game.
This is what I will say though. I don't think so, but I will be there if that was the situation.
Oh, you would watch it live?
Yeah, why not?
What, the
do you
show?
think-
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely would watch it live, but I feel like that would change that would interfere with how we like to watch TV shows.
If the next day they release the rest of them?
I feel like it because if I like the show, I want to watch the next episode.
Yeah, but that would be kind of dope. Like,
I don't know.
man, they're releasing just that one. It's not like they have commercials. That's the bitch.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I prefer them to keep it to one-off situation.
There it is. All right, keep that save.
There's what?
See, keep that there.
It was 12 minutes.
Oh man, pause that.
12 minutes
Oh
is what?
shit, he's right there.
Yep. Oh man.
We're coming back to
And the
this.
biggest
What are you
thing
talking
also was that it was with one of their kids' like friend.
Yeah.
So it was like a
I read
young
a little
kid.
bit. So it was they
Oh.
were separated at the time. So it's not like it didn't happen while they were
Oh.
together. They were separated. Obviously not divorced, but
Yeah.
when you get separated, you're separated. You know, that means you do whatever you want and figure it out. Well, like Ross told us. You know what I'm saying?
We were on a break.
Don't be going into no breaks
From
if you don't want
friends.
shit to happen. All right. So that was one. And also one of the rumors was that Will Smith gave the kid a permission to be with her, which they both shut down right here. So we are going to watch this as soon as
for
we're
sure.
done on this.
For sure. And if it's
on this.
super juicy, we'll talk about it next time.
Yeah. We'll add it.
All right, man.
All right. Next topic.
All right. All right. Speaking of controversy.
Look who's talking about. All right.
Mm.
All right. So the Super Mario Brothers movie director defends Chris Pratt on his controversial, disgusting Mario impression.
I don't think that's part of the headline.
Oh, it's definitely part of the headline, in my mind.
Fan backlash.
Yeah, it's kind of shit, but hey, at least they've been re-recording certain lines if you look at trailer footage, and it sounds a tiny bit better, like Chris Pratt is somewhat trying. So, you know, the director has a lot to say when it comes to defending his melodious voice. So what do you guys have to say about this?
Well, what did he say exactly?
I don't know.
It's
exactly
right here.
what's
I
on
have
my
it
head.
right here. So for us, it made total sense. He's really good at playing a blue-collar hero with a ton of heart. For the way that Mario is characterized in our film, he's perfect for it. So basically, he's saying so Mario and Luigi, they're Brooklyn-based plumbers who are blue-collar guys from a family of Italian immigrants. So they're basically saying, like,
He was good enough.
in our movie, Mario is not your Mario. He's our Mario.
Listen, I have a huge FU for that. Don't try to tell us that he's not our Mario,
God.
that he's your
He's
version
not
of
our
freaking
Mario, he's
Mario.
our Mario.
Because we
Jeez,
are
oh
so
my
freaking hyped for this freaking
God.
movie, and I don't think that was the way to handle that or address that. Right?
But I don't think there's another way to
Listen,
do
if
it
they
if
went
you're trying to
ahead-
protect the people that you hire to do
Okay,
this
so
job. You know what I'm saying?
Jack Black
Yep.
He
sounds like
excellent
Bowser.
as
So don't
Bowser,
feed
bro.
me this nonsense that Mario shouldn't sound like Mario.
Like,
Well, he sounds like what
hey,
you
hey,
imagine
hey, guys,
Bowser
like,
would
guys,
sound like.
Luigi sounds like Luigi, though.
Oh, Charlie Day, like, he sounds like
Yeah.
a good Luigi. Like, he obviously doesn't sound to a T, but he sounds like a really good,
He
believable
sounds like what Luigi would
you would
sound
believe.
like.
If you told me that was Luigi, I'd be like, I'd believe it.
Yeah.
Chris Pratt, I'd be like, is that Star-Lord or, like,
Listen,
honestly?
I didn't have as big of a problem with Chris Pratt. And I do hear the differences, but it's like, all right, well, now it's a little too late, right? But don't come and give us this stupid ass speech.
Well, Doodle's a little triggered by what he had to say.
I'm freaking annoyed. Don't tell me that this is our version of what we thought. Like, that's not the way to go about
Like,
it.
guys, we honestly thought he was perfect. It was definitely not because of name recognition making money at the box office. I swear to Chrysler Pacifica.
Is that why they had him supposedly re-record some of his Mario lines? Because he should
Well, that's
sound
supposed.
like...
That's supposed.
Well, no. It's pretty obvious. If you look at the second
Obvious
trailer,
or not,
it
it's
goes direct.
supposed.
He goes, wahoo!
See?
If
It's
you look at new
supposed.
trailer footage or clips, he goes, wahoo! Like, he sounds a little bit
Okay, but that
better.
doesn't have to be re-recorded. That could just be re-edited.
Okay, well, maybe they went ahead and they fixed some things. And
Yeah,
we
that's
do
what I'm saying,
need
but
it. We
it's-
do need him to have that Mario essence. That's just the bottom
He
line.
just sounds a little bit more like Mario.
And we are the judges of if he does portray Mario properly or not. Not them. They're just making the movie.
You know why they don't
It's
care?
up to us.
You know why they don't care?
Because everybody's going to go freaking see the
Exactly.
Mario movie.
They can
because
give
it's
3
freaking
shits
Mario.
what you say after, my friend. They making the movie, you're gonna go watch it. Your fault. Now, if you said to yourself, I'm not gonna watch it because you guys have Chris Pratt there, then
maybe that'd be a little problem.
Then they'll be like, oh,
But
yeah,
you know
maybe we
what's
should
funny?
do something. But nobody's
This
gonna do that.
statement right here makes me want to do that.
But will you really sit out the
Want
Mario
to,
movie over this
but
guy's
not
complaint?
gonna.
Like,
Don't
no, they're-
challenge
like,
me,
I would
see,
camp
you know
out
who
at
I
night just to see the
am.
Mario movie.
Don't
Listen,
challenge.
I'm not the one making the movie.
All right, listen, I will binge Master Chief's show as well if this movie goes because you challenged me. All right,
Oh, man.
Can you imagine Chris Pratt
That's
as
wild.
Master Chief?
there you go. That's that smile right there.
I'll take it.
As the chief.
Listen, I don't have an emotional attachment to a show version of the Chief. As long as my video game is my video game, I'm good. I don't care what they do
I have a
in
problem
the show.
with this, the way he handled this. This is not cute. This is not cool. You're talking to the people that are going to go and support
Well, I mean,
this
he
freaking
didn't
movie.
say
Like,
he's
F
my
you
Mario.
guys.
He just said for the way that Mario is characterized in our film, he's perfect for it.
Listen, I heard that with a lot of attitude,
Got
okay?
it, got it.
I heard that with a lot
How about
of
I say it like
That was a
this?
lot
attitude.
of attitude,
How about I say it like
buddy.
this?
I did not appreciate the way you said that.
First, the way that
Yeah,
Mario is
cool.
characterized in our film, I mean, he's perfect for it. Does that make you feel better about it?
I still feel a little bit of
That was Toad,
annoyance.
by the way. I was giving
yeah,
you a little
yeah.
Toad.
Okay,
Toad
Because I know how
sounds
much you
good.
like the
he
sound
funny thing is that he
effects.
doesn't sound like Toad complete. Like, he doesn't sound that much like him, but he sounds
I just
so
did.
good. Keegan-Michael Key, like, I thought that was a stupid choice because Keegan-Michael Key, why? But Toad, that
Keegan
would make so
is-
much sense. Like,
is
he
really
sounds
good,
really
bro.
good as him.
Let
You
him finish
believe
his
he's
sentence.
Toad. Like, that's what I'm saying. Everyone did such a good job with their characters. Chris Pratt, like, he didn't do abysmally to the point that it's like, oh my god, what am I listening to? I'm sure if we watch the movie, we'll probably get used to it. But he just does not sound as good as the other people in taking their normal voice and blending it with the voice of the character to make a pretty good in between.
I agree, and I think that this is what probably happened. Everybody's been stating their opinion, and Chris Pratt went over there crying about how,
They're so mean.
They're so mean to me,
I don't think he gives a shit.
and he
When you
went.
get to cash that check,
I'm sure he already cashed that check.
you don't really give a crap that people are upset. That sounds like a personal problem. I got paid to do something and I did it, and I don't give a shit.
Not good enough, but
good enough to get paid.
They paid you before.
And guess what? If they make a part 2, you gotta use them.
Freaking annoying.
They're not going to just switch him out.
Covering Mario's
He just
face.
came back from cashing his check.
That's so annoying.
That picture was taken moments after he cashed his check.
That's one annoying looking dude.
I mean, he's a happy dude.
Chris Pratt?
Yo, he did the Lego movies.
Listen,
great.
questions.
You like the movie? You like his show?
Doodle's a little upset right now
pissed
about this statement.
You're really triggered by that director. Even I'm not annoyed by the director per se.
I didn't have a problem with Chris Pratt doing this up until this was read to me.
Like, you were the one who was like, nah, Chris Pratt sounds great. I mean, I think I really want to see him as the role and shit in some of that.
I did not say that.
Like,
I said
Chris
that
Pratt.
was the alternative, right?
Oh, no, I mean,
I didn't think it was that bad.
Maybe I would rather Mario been played by Chris Rock. Wouldn't that be epic?
That'd
be really weird. You just gotta remember, like they do Charlie. They talk about what's his name, the guy who actually voices Mario.
Yeah.
Charles Martinet. He's gonna be in the movie just as side characters and like.
Yeah, you know
Easter
why?
eggs.
Because Mario doesn't talk.
Well, he does,
Mario,
but he says stupid shit.
Yeah,
like,
he doesn't talk.
That's
what I'm saying. He doesn't talk. He doesn't have a conversation with anyone ever.
Catchphrases.
So they need somebody who can actually have a normal voice when talking. Can you imagine if you had to listen to the Mario guy say every word in those fucking voices? Come into the village. Oh, boy. Like, the fuck out of here.
Luigi, Thor, we got to get going. We got with the money, the princess.
No, you would watch that shit cringing like, oh my God, what am I watching?
This is cringe.
This is some clown ass shit. Get off of our screen. You would shut it down so fast if you had to listen to that voice the entire time. It's just a reality. Mario does not speak. He says random shit at random moments in time, and that's it.
You know who really hasn't spoken before? Link. He never talks. Not even like, hey, I'm Link. He just doesn't speak. He's just too cool for it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, you just gotta... I understand. He's not the guy that you envisioned as Mario. I get it. Okay? I understand. But let's just stop acting like Mario has some definitive voice.
Who dressed this dude?
I don't know.
Man.
Now, I'm interested. Like, we barely heard his voice, but Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong. I wonder how that's going to go down.
That's going to be really good.
Be good. He's
Seth
funny.
A little bit of his voice. He does have a good old case of, he sounds a lot like Seth Rogen, but it's not as bad because he kind of sounds like a donkey. So, you know. That was me for no reason.
Seth Rogen is funny. So.
Yeah, he's gonna do well.
Well, yeah, and Donkey Kong is supposedly gonna get his own movie, which I believe 100%. So, you know, I think that this is a whole wacky case of we're just gonna have to go to the movie and see how good it really is.
Look at Mad Men solidifying the fact that this has not changed.
We're saying this on a podcast, right? 3, 2, 1, we're going.
Yeah. I mean, look,
I didn't mind his voice. I didn't think it was like crazy spot on, but it was like, all right, it's the Mario movie. How can you be hung up on the voice? But I do not like the way they handle this statement. But you know,
Mario fucker, you bastard. Yeah, essentially, we just got fucking roasted. We got slapped by the director in our minds emotionally. I, for one, will not stand for this. I will start a revolution. We're fucking blowing up the headquarters. Yeah.
All right, too far, bro. We get it.
All right.
So Mario, great times, bad voice. He doesn't care. On to the next one.
So, Destiny 2 Lightfall releases to polarizing reviews only for the faint of heart, disappointing longtime fans and newcomers alike. The DLC marks the first major update since Sony bought Bungie, so that's interesting fact, wacky, quirky little side thing, but yeah, it's true. What do you guys have to say about this?
I'm just shocked that so many people are having a beef with it. I think on Steam it has like mostly negative reviews.
I mean, it looks fire actually. Like, it looks cool, fresh.
IGN gave it a low score.
IGN too. I mean, those are IGN. That's my boys over there at IGN.
So you see, when I see something like this, right? I didn't play it. I do have it. I didn't play it yet. Maybe we'll have you play it. That's the doodles. Never have I ever. And try
You gotta
that
put
out.
me through that? You gotta do me like that?
Maybe. Maybe.
torture.
Maybe.
It's for the viewers.
So we haven't played it ourselves yet, right? And I'm sure, honestly, with reviews and stuff, I'll probably play it and be like, what are they talking about? This is great. But, like, when I see something like this, where they're getting mostly negative reviews on Steam, that starts telling me, oh, this is why they sold to Sony.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, maybe, they're running out of steam.
Mhm.
Maybe they need an influx. Maybe they need some new ideas. Maybe they need some help.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they saw things going badly and they're like, shit, let's get bought before we shit the bed and nobody
Sink
wants us
our own
anymore.
shit. I get that.
Because, why? Why all of a sudden? Like, nobody's been crushing them, and they've been out since Destiny 2 has been out since 14? Right? 2014, Madman?
Wait.
But it's
I'm
not
trying to think.
visually that it's getting...
Can you say that again,
Excuse me.
please? I'm trying to think.
The Destiny has been out since 2014.
20.
It's the
13 or
story that they
14,
have a
I don't know.
problem with.
Let me
Yes.
look. I don't know if it's 13 or 14.
Yeah, I mean, it's the game's been out for either 9 or 10 years already. You know what I'm saying? They updated, obviously.
Yeah,
They
2014,
did
you're
did a
right.
part 2. So it's been 9 years that the first Destiny came out. They did a part 2. And then every year they've been upgrading it, making it better. And for the most part, people, like hardcore people, have liked it. But I mean, I don't know. Seems like it's not getting
Yeah, it's something to say the least. It really is something.
Yeah, like there's somebody who said this here, and I kind of feel the same way. I mean, I want to try this one, but Destiny is the kind of game where once you stop playing, you never come back to play it again.
Ooh, those are harsh words.
Shoot,
Yeah,
that
like
was
I enjoyed it
spicy.
at launch, but nothing really did it for me to keep me around the entire lifespan. I mean, listen, right
I get
now,
that. I felt that way
Yeah.
about,
it's like I feel that sentiment a lot because I don't think I'm cut out to play these long-term games. Like, I know there's a lot of people who like that shit, especially like, some people don't want to spend a lot of money on gaming and shit like that. So they have a game that they like and they stick with that and
For
they
like
buy the
15
updates and that's
years.
it. But like I'm not like that. So I need to like
Yeah, me neither.
play new shit. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I
Like
get
even my
that.
favorite games, like Halo, whatever it is, like I'll play it and I'll keep playing it. And when the new season 3 is coming out, like I maxed out my battle pass. I'm good. I did the season 1 maxed out, season 2 maxed out. I'm good. But then once I max it out, I'm good.
Yeah,
Like I got my fix.
I
And
get
then
that.
I can go back and dabble, but it's like I don't need to be playing a game all the time. And I don't need to be playing a game to think it's an amazing game. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm not playing it anymore, that doesn't mean it's not amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like no game is going to make me stay forever. You know? And that's what it is with Destiny. Like I can't play this game and keep up with the level caps that they want to put you on. And, you have to be... I remember I was having so much fun playing... It was like the second or third expansion they came out with. Dark Moon or the Moon or some shit. But I was having a blast. I was like, oh my God. I stepped away from Destiny and came back to play this one. And I was like, yo, it is so good. And then I was
Never
playing
played
it.
it again.
No, I was playing it, doing the story stuff. Everything was dope. And then I got to a part where I had to go and like grind and like find some like nonsense. Like it was some stupid ass thing that I had to do, like get up to a certain level cap. And it's like, dude, like I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like just let me keep playing the story.
Yeah.
Like don't try to slow me down or stop me. Just let me play. Like just let me beat it. And that's what happens with these games. They try to gate you because they don't want you to finish it so fast. So they let you play for a while and then they put some stupid shit in the way for you to try to, take time to finish it. And it's like, that's too much, man. I'm not living that life. I'm not for that life.
I get that.
So I before these reviews came in, I was hearing that this expansion, Lightfall, was supposed to be the one that you should, be able to come back to. Like if you haven't played it forever, this would be the one to like really play. And it's like, I don't know. People are
Not
digging it. They're not digging it.
It's something, to say the least. I mean, something is better than nothing.
Man, you ever had the desire or urge to play Destiny?
Nope, I think I played it before. I have played it before, but it's mid. Like, it's not like, oh, wow, this changed everything. It's just, it's a looter shooter in the live service genre that's clearly dying, It's one of the few that are still around. It's not really exciting to me.
Yeah.
I mean, this at least looked cool, but the fact that I got such bad reviews, it's like, why even bother?
That's the thing. It's like, that's a bit rough.
I agree.
But
yeah, it's something.
Well, that's it. That's all we got to say.
PlayStation knocked it out the park yet
Good
again.
purchase, guys. $3 billion.
There we go.
Goodbye.
Goodbye,
And with that
everyone.
goodbye, it's time to say goodbye
It is.
To our beautiful viewers.
to our beautiful viewers in our podcast.
So, guys, if you like this, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Mark Madman out.